Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗣𝗚𝘅 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Strategic ambiguity. Is this what the United States is practicing? War and peace at the same time, as said by Sun Tzu. Let's find out from Sumit Peer, who is going to be giving us an update on what happened after the Biden-Xi meeting. Here we go. Sumitji, namaskar. How are you? Sir, you are muted. You are muted.
Okay. Ram Ram, Vanakkam, Namaskar, Pranam, Sadhuvan, all good and great. Sab Mahakal ki kripa hai, sir. Ji.
So Sumitji, when a lot of things were, the tensions were heating up between US and China after the COVID fracas, like for example, the early days of the Biden administration, Antony Blinken had mentioned that the US will be practicing strategic ambiguity. And this was in response to what, people are saying that, Xi Jinping is practicing Sun Tzu's warrior tactic, war and peace at the same time. Trade going on at the same time, there are talks about war. So what is happening now? I see it like as US, very, very anxiously inviting Xi many times. He comes to San Francisco, Mia Nawazi, very good treatment. And then things are beginning to really, really heat up. Over to you.
Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of this broadcast. Now, what we see is a marriage of the oxymorons. What we see is a hot ice cream. What we see is a lake in the desert. So that is what the relation between US and China is right now. Whatever we might say, whatever we may want, whatever we may think, there are a lot of undercurrents which are at play. Look, I'll be very candid. US doesn't need China as much as China needs US. US has the money, US has the alternates. China cannot get a bigger market than US. China has survived because of US. China has grown because of US. China is China, it's because of US. So that part of it is very clear. Now, what is important for us to understand what was this meeting about? Look, there were tensions. There were things which were not going right. US had a front open in Ukraine. You had a front open in Middle East, which is almost open and maybe widen. You have things heating up between Azerbaijan and Armenia. We have things heating up possibly in the Straits of Taiwan, India, Pakistan. These are all the corridors which the things are getting heated up. And in United States versus Iran is a serious possibility. So we'll talk that all in our, when we move ahead. Now, in such a thing, what United States would have wanted to have is, okay, let's have a meeting with the Chinese. Let's call them over. Try to see how much of salvation can be done. So it's not about you can repair the relations or you can overhaul the relations. You are looking at what amount of salvation or what amount of, things which are lost can be repaired. That is what the idea of the meeting was. We discussed last time. Challenge today is that America is politically weak, militarily very strong. And Joe Biden is seen as a weak president. But in this meeting, when we go through in our broadcast, you will see a lot of things which happened are unlike of Joe Biden, which is not a typical Joe Biden style. I think Americans, what did they do? They played psycho-ops. They could posture. They could tell Xi what you're worth of. And if you look at the whole turn of events, even after, when we'll show the videos when we go by, sir, when you will see the videos that, things were very, there was a lot of friction here. And, you were just waiting to move out of the hall and burst out. Yahan, wahan, wahan, yahan, wahan. Everybody was doing that. I mean, even the Chinese have done that. I'll cover that. But while this all was happening, the second part, what we're going to talk about, what is American warships or what you call carrier battle groups doing in various parts of the Middle East. Then we'll go about IDF and Al-Shifa Hospital and all. So let's first talk about, US-China talks. I would...
Ek minute. While I was introducing, I think I said Mia Nawazi. I think what I meant was Mehman Nawazi.
Sorry. Mehman Nawazi. Aapki Hindi ko to, that is the excusable part of it. Even sir, when we speak for the whole day, at times a word might come out of our tongue, which we never intend to speak, but it's a slip of tongue. That's what
Correct. Thank you. Let's have the first picture, please. Yeah.
Well, the first picture we will show.
The Middle East. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Now,
Over to you, sir.
and all this China wala drama and all this is going on. We have few videos on that will show that. What we had reported earlier, that there's an aircraft carrier which is deployed 500 kilometers away from, Iran and Pakistani border. Now we had also covered that China has moved 3 ships, 3 destroyers, and 1 diesel-powered nuclear sub, saying that they are going to do some exercise with Pakistan. It was docked on the Karachi port. We have showed the pictures. Now we have been told that there was some cargo which was offloaded in Karachi port. Usually military ships don't carry, atta, dal, and chini. They don't carry that. So what was that cargo which was kind of down offloaded? That is again a point which we have to communicate. If you can give me 1 second, she said, some interruption with the connection.
Yeah. Go ahead. Viewers, while Sumitji addresses his interruption, please do like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. A lot of stuff coming. We have many videos. Probably you're seeing them for the first time, and just stay tuned. Go back to Sumitji. Over to you, sir.
So when we were talking about, we had this aircraft, then Chinese moved something, and then we were saying, what is she trying to do? Before going to US, is she trying to send a message? Now, after that and before that, if you look at this picture, what has happened? 2 American aircraft carrier battle groups. One is in Cyprus and one is in the Red Sea. Red Sea is near Strait of what you call that Bab-el-Mandeb. It's near that. Now, if you see strategically, US carrier battle groups have literally encircled Middle East. Cyprus means when you put an aircraft carrier in Cyprus, Cyprus is at the crossroads of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So if you're putting a carrier there, that is where you can intercept anything coming from. And when from Cyprus, you can see Lebanon, you can see Syria, you can see all these rogue countries in a row, and everybody is in your hitting range. Then you have placed one for the deterrence of Iran, and one for the deterrence of Pakistan, and one at the Red Sea. Red Sea, basically, my assessment tells me it is basically, these Houthis have been warning a lot that will attack your cargoes, will attack your ships in the Red Sea. And today they issued a warning in the morning that we are going to attack Israeli cargo ships in the Red Sea. So there's an aircraft carrier which is already in place to handle that, and even some missiles and some, sophisticated missiles which might come from Houthis. Remember, an MQ-9B was brought down by Houthis, which is not their technology. Somebody, which is China, Pakistan, or Iran, has given them those sophisticated weapons. So when this all TikTok was happening, 3 aircraft carrier battle groups are encircling the Middle East. That is the latest thing I want to brought into your notice. A lot of people are not talking about it, but that is the reality. How many subs are there? I have no idea. There may be a lot of subs there. So when we talk of a carrier battle group, it has destroyers, frigates, corvettes, submarines, reconnaissance aircraft. And if you look at the US destroyers, aircraft carriers, I think Eisenhower has 95 F-16s and Hornets deployed on it. So that is the kind of armada they are carrying. So they are literally floating steeds, tons of ammunition, and then they're all nuclear powered and all. So militarily, nobody can match United States of America. That is a given. Now, politically, what is happening? So with these developments, so the question which I ask myself, is it in response to what China did? My mind says yes. Is it in response to show China, look, buddy, औकात में रहो? Answer is yes. Is it psycho-ops with China? Answer is yes. Is it to send a message to the complete Middle East and some of these North African countries, including Egypt, Morocco, Mauritania, Algeria, Tunisia, which went to that conference in Saudi Arabia and which were thinking how to kind of salvage situation in Gaza, who were thinking that let's support Hamas because Hamas is Muslim and we are Muslim. But again, I would want to say, Tera mera kya rishta, la ilaha illallah. So that is the kind of things what we have seen in that, what we covered last time, that meeting which happened in Saudi Arabia. So Americans are swiftly deploying their arsenal very, very fast. It's days and hours. Things are being moved. Now, if you ask me, have the tensions gone down in Middle East? No, the tensions have gone up. Are Americans more prepared? Yes, they are more prepared. Now, today, incidentally, there is a press release. Not a press release, a statement comes from Iran. Iran says, quote unquote, we are not going to fight a battle of Hamas and with Hamas. So Iran is not saying we will not fight, but they will say we will fight your own battle. So what is Iran hinting at? Iran is hinting of attacking United States bases. Now, even these B-12 bombers, what you call them, B-12 bombers, are latest, I think a squadron of them or something, has been deployed in Turkey also. So these are the developments which happened in last 48 hours or more. When you look at all these things, what is US doing? US is preparing for war. Are you giving Xi a face? No, it's only semantics, optics, and psychops. You're telling Xi that, look, if you can move 3 of your jahaz, chota-mota destroyers, to Pakistan and Karachi, and think you can protect Pakistan, let me move 3 aircraft carriers and then circle the whole Middle East and cut here Iran, Pakistan, here Red Sea, and here from Cyprus, all these other areas. I can cut everything. I can really single out Iran and its supporters and do whatever I want to do. So the person who will be shitting in the pants is Khomeini and his Republican guards, which last time said that US was begging us for mercy. US was begging us not to do the war. And I wanted to, say that in English so that the message can be reached far and wide. I think these buffoons must have got the answer today. That is why they are now trying to back out. They say, no, we'll not fight with Hamas, we'll fight our own battle. Hum apni ladai lenge. If you have to fight your own battle, what were you doing in OIC? What was Hassan Nasrullah, Islamic Jihad, Al-Halali, and Ismail Hania doing meeting for? They were having biryani. These are the questions which we should ask them. Have you chickened out? And anyway, this butcher of Khan Yunus, which we covered last time, sir, Yabir is his name. He's hiding in a tunnel 60 feet below the ground. That super jihadi, the leader of Hamas, who orchestrated this massacre of 7th October, is hiding in a tunnel in Hamas. Now, what we call as is a new type of jihad, tunnel jihad, where you do jihad from hiding from a tunnel. There are various kinds of jihad, love jihad, land jihad, law jihad, bank jihad. No, this is a new jihad, which is tunnel jihad. So we are doing jihad from the tunnel. So these are the things which are happening in the Middle East. So things, in my opinion, personal opinion, are getting hotter. The plate, the pressure cooker, there is a lot of steam accumulated in the pressure cooker, and let's hope and pray how it doesn't get out of control. Here, it is the onus is on entirely on Muslim countries. I'm being very direct on what I say. The onus is entirely on Muslim countries to mend their ways. If you want to bring your religion into everything and build associations on the basis of religion, there'll be other side who will also make associations on the basis of religion. And let me tell you, you have no firepower, you have no power to match that association. Imagine if India gets along with the West and all the Christian nations. Now what can you do? You are nobody. Your China is incompetent of fighting. And on our Sunday show, Sree sir, I covered what are the, we don't have a lot of time. We covered everything. What are the weaknesses of China? Starting from aircraft carriers, rocket force, pistols, rifles. We try to cover everything. So that part of it is sorted out. So China is not something which you are going to, fight for you. And Russia is not going to come and confront United States of America. That I have been saying from day one. Look at Vladimir Putin. He's not in a mood to confront. He will never confront Americans face to face. Take it as a given. That day will never come. And I think some good sense is prevailing within the Christian world, wherein they are realizing, all the countries are just getting together because you're Muslim. Iran and Iraq, you killed so many of your people. Today Americans are protecting Makkah from Houthi missiles, which will be triggered possibly from Iran. And Iran, Iraq has fought. There's a problem between Yemen and Saudi Arabia. There's a problem between Saudis and Iranians. Yet you are in that room together because you want to support a terrorist organization called Hamas because they're Muslim. I mean, let's be very candid. What is happening in the world, sir? We cannot be a political ostrich for our whole life and try to say no, ye nahi hai, wo hai, ye hai. We have to be direct. This is what is happening across the whole world. Now, with these developments, I was carefully watching. Though yesterday there was a festival, I was carefully watching how is Joe Biden responding to the things. So I will request Sachin ji to play the first ye car wala video. There's a video on the car. Let's play that video, and then dictator wala video.
I agree.
我同意。
It's a beautiful vehicle.
啊，这车好漂
这样，
亮啊！
我红汽车，国产，来看一下。
Oh, it's like that Cadillac we have over there.
就好像我的那个凯迪拉克一样。
International meetings, they fly those with me. You know what they call that car?
但每一次我到外面去，这车都跟着我。你知道它叫什么吗？
They call it the beast.
野兽。
Thank you.
感谢。
明天见，明天见。
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
感谢。
Now, if you see this video carefully, this is all psychops. I mean, first of all, his car is there. Then there is President Biden's car, which is there. Then he looks at the car, says, a nice vehicle. She is very happy. Good. Darwaza khol. He's opening the door. I say, good. Doesn't it look like the cardiac 𝗤𝙗𝘁? What is Biden trying to tell you? Hey, buddy. Hey, bache, you copied my car. It is my design, my car, which you replicated and copied in China. We built. Point number one. And then he says, they call my car the beast. And to my all surprise, she doesn't understand.
बीस्ट का हिंदी अनुवाद दीजिए. बीस्ट का क्या होता है? मृग, भयानक मृग.
Bhayanak, bhayanak or khunkhar. Bhayanak or khunkhar. So, जैसे you can say something, not exactly, but I'm trying to just draw a similar parallel. Like Narsimha Avatar was considered very bhayanak and khunkhar. So my car is beast. So he's telling him, you can have a similar look and feel, but you are not there. One more instant I don't have a video for that. You know what happens? This Biden takes out an iPhone and says, do you recognize this picture? Looks like, do you know this person? When she looks at the picture, she says, yeah, I know. It is me. And exactly what is behind you, Sree sir, there's a picture of Xi Jinping standing next to the Golden Gate wearing a suit and a tie. This is me 38 years back when he came to America. And Biden tells you took a picture? Good. The president of mighty China came to America, wear a suit and tie, or Golden Gate ke samne khada ho gaya and clicked a picture. Now, bhaiya, aap kaun hai? Who is the papa? Understand who is the papa. There are two things of psychops. Now, another thing which...
बेटा होता है, बाप होता है.
हमेशा कहता हूं, sir. There is another thing I can't talk on this medium, but there's another beautiful thing usually which describes the relationship.
One amazing thing though, right through this meeting, Biden was very sharp. People are very afraid. या कुछ कर बैठेगा या ना कर बैठेगा, सो जाएगा.
So, I mean, that is what that's point number 2. Point number 3, I want to bring you to one thing. You see, when this duplicity of China I want to experience, when Biden reaches there, what does he say? We don't want to compete with you. We don't want to overtake you. We don't want to dominate the world. So, in a way, if you see the Pakistan media today, Pakistan media is talking, India never ever has this tone with America. India is yes or no is no. India ad gaya to ad gaya, otherwise chal gaya. But this president of China, if he's in mainland China, he's like those Kashmiri politicians. They say one thing. This. When he reaches America, he says, I don't want to compete with you. I don't want to overtake you. I don't want to dominate you. Saab, I am not getting any technology, sir. My industry is choking, sir. My problem is that I cannot withdraw more than 300 RMB, $40 from the ATM. After that, I have to give an application to the bank. Sir, my people are choking, sir. But, so don't you feel like Chinese have taken American supremacy in this meeting? Because if you look at the takeaways, there were no takeaways. There was literally no takeaway except those pleasantries and all. Now, if you look at this car, if you look at this iPhone, and I will show you 2 more videos, which you will be happy to see. Sachin bhai, can you play that dictator wala video? It's after Xi Jinping leaves. A reporter asked me, see what she responds.
Referred to President Xi as a dictator. This is a term that you used earlier this year.
Well, look, he is. I mean, he's a dictator in the sense that he is the guy who runs a country that is a communist country that's based on a form of government totally different than ours. Anyway, he makes
Biden,
ये planted लगता है. सुमित जी, ये planted लगता है question.
देखिए, वही मैं कह रहा. Exactly is the question. Somebody asked Biden a question. What about dictator? कहता अब भी है. He says he's still a dictator. He's a communist. He runs a country. Wherein he's a dictator. So when she is on American soil, you are again calling him a dictator. If it was Trump, I would not be surprised. But it is Biden. I'm surprised. It's unlike Biden. Somebody was coaching. So this is one more stuff. And I don't have video of that, but I somehow misplaced it. there is one more video, Sree sir, wherein she is sting and President Biden is sting. Now, President wants reporters to go out. He doesn't know how to tell them. He looks at Anthony Blinken, and Anthony Blinken says, "Oh, yeah, can you give them some space?" When the people are going out, there are two sets of reporters. Sir, do you trust Xi Jinping? American reporters are asking when the bilateral is going on, do you trust this man? And some Chinese reporters say in a Mandarin, do you trust President Biden? So in a bilateral, have you seen reporters asking question, do you trust this man? Hey, do you trust this man? So bhaiya kya kar rahe wahan pe? Except photo ops. There's nothing. So she had come and said, you are the baiba, you are the uncle, aap bade bhai ho. I mean, I will not compete with you. I'll not overtake you. I have no, ambitions of global domination. That is what I see as a takeaway. And, when up to this dictator video, how did the Chinese Communist Party react to it? They came up with a PR. They said, press release. They said, look, this is unaccepted and unappreciated. And this is political manipulation. I mean, see the tone. When they reach China, the tone changes. When they reach America, the tone changes something this. So minus dominating. What
there's a Urdu saying, "Pal mein tola, pal mein masha." Remember that?
Begani shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. That is Xi Jinping. Sir, his economy is crumbling. He has no option, but he went there. He publicly acknowledged there is no race. Saab aap upar ho, you are the top guy. I am not going to compete with you. I am not going to race with you. But the $1 billion question is, are Americans going to trust that? I think they should not trust that. They would not trust that because it does not need to be trusted. So that is the complete takeaway of this meeting. If you look from my perspective, what I have analyzed, no tangible takeaways. And in the scheme of things, Americans have dominated for the first time. And for the first time, we are seeing that Chinese president is receding. And I like that iPhone wala thing. I like that this car wala thing. And I like the dictator. So, and I like these people, asking questions. So when you look at all this, what is the message you're sending to China? What is the message you're sending to Chinese people? And what is the message you're sending to American people? Unlike Joe Biden. So somebody is literally guiding him, coaching or coaxing him, whatever may be the reason, say, bhai, you have to rail up. There's an election coming up. You have to be seen strong. So what did China get out of this meeting? Nothing. What did China achieve of this meeting? Nothing. Except pleading and begging, what did they achieve? Now I want to relate this to Mr. Khomeini, when his Republican Guard commander says Americans were begging us and pleading us. Yeah, tera bada bhai dekhna, your big brother, China and their president, they are making fun in the public. And you are saying Americans are pleading us not to fight. I'm exposing their hypocrisy. You see how hypocrites of first order these Iranians are, and this Khomeini and this gang is. I call them the gang, not the group. How this gang is. This is what should be exposed to the world. This is what our viewers should know. What exactly happened in that meeting? This is the key takeaways from this meeting. Now I'll like Sachinji to go to the next picture in our sequence, next AV file in our sequence. We'll show you that and then take it forward from there. What is this telling you, sir?
Is it Al-Shifa Hospital?
Hospital. Now we have to explain this a bit in detail. Al-Shifa Hospital. I think just give me a second. Did I miss something? Okay. At times, I wash up things myself a bit. No, Sachin bhai, we have to go to this video of Justin Trudeau next. Justin wala. Okay.
Shame on you! You have blood on your hands! Call for a ceasefire! Call for ceasefire! Call for ceasefire! You have blood on your hands! You have blood on your hands!
What we are trying to show, sir, here, now you see where Canada has exactly landed in this war. Americans have taken a stand. Fair enough, no problem. Canada, Justin Trudeau is booted by his own people. These are the people whom he got from the Islamic world. He wanted to make them Canadian citizens, give them Canadian values and contribute Canada. These are the people who are going to build Canada. And the agony today is that what the Islamic world is doing, I exposed that. But what is happening in Canada when the Canadian Prime Minister is walking to a street or a pub or a cafe, he's booted out by the own set of people which he got into Canada, by the set of people whom he got immigrations. by the set of people whom he gave all the benefits. They are themselves, saying that you have blood on you. Why you have blood on your hands? Because you are not calling for ceasefire. Why? What does ceasefire mean? Ceasefire means you will have Hamas terrorists will have a right to live. And Hamas terrorists will have a right to live. We have shown you the videos. We have shown you Hamas leaders saying that we will go and again attack Jews, will again kill them. See the tyranny of the West. The tyranny of the West is the people whom you got into the West, the people whom you gave food, shelter, whom you gave a promise of life. Now they are voting a democratically elected prime minister of a powerful Western nation, I would say, Canada, Chota Bhai America. They are voting. He is being, he's been called names on his own hand. Why? Because you are not supporting Hamas, which is Muslim, but they are terrorists, which is okay. But you have to support them because they are Muslim. This is the story of Canada. Now I want to ask one question. Now, Mr. Justin, you told us that some Indian agents supposedly, allegedly, as per your hallucination, eliminated Nijam, right? Now today, so you don't want to have relations with India, and there are in a typical, not a pretty good state right now. And your finance minister was today saying that we will not resume trade relations with India, as if India will die without your trade. Okay, that's the point number one. Now here, on some allegations, you spoiled relations with India, saying a Canadian was killed in Canadian soil. Now a Canadian, living Canadian on a Canadian soil, are telling you have blood on your hands. Now, why don't you go and spoil your relations with the United States of America? Why don't you go and give a statement that there should be an immediate ceasefire? Why don't you go and give a statement that I support Hamas? That exposes your hypocrisy, Justin. These two incidents expose your hypocrisy. You are only running agendas against India. You are only running canards against India. And what medicine you tried to use against us, the same has come and haunt you. This is called karma. Karma comes back. Now, your own people tumhe gali de rahe. Your own people are giving galis to you in your own land. The people whom you immigrated, the people on which you spend money, the people who are giving all the aids and grants so that they can live and settle in India, in Canada, and this is what you get in return, karma. So a short lesson on karma. Now the next I want to go is to this video of this, after that session, we'll go to the video. Then video, exactly, there's a video after that. Look at this video. This is an interesting video.
This is Iran, right?
बताता हूँ सर, ये थोड़ा मजेदार है.
हाँ.
आपने देखा? So it's a picture video. These Palestinians are getting beaten by the Israelis. So what are they doing? अरे भैया ईरान बचा. ईरान कहता अच्छा. He walks away. मैं कह रहा बहुत मारा. कहता चल मैं तेरे साथ चलता हूँ. When he goes, he walks away again. That is what I have been saying. अरे Hassan Nasrullah, for last 15 years you have been eating biryani. If you will not do the jihad, now when will you do the jihad? America moves 3 aircraft carriers. Today you are saying we will not support Hamas. Today you are saying we will fight our own battle. We will not fight Hamas's battle. This is your reality. This 1 minute video, 30-second video tells what you are worth. Is the salt what you are worth? You are only terrorists. You can only attack women, unarmed men and children. You can behead children. That is what you are good at. And you can kill unarmed people. But when there are potential armies and potent armies standing in front of you, you shit in your pants. And you need adult diapers. That is the reality of your life. This is what you are. This video tells you everything about Iran. What Iran is capable of. Only hawks are, that Lal Masjid pe Janda and all the things they do, all the crazy stuff they do. But when it comes to action, zero bata sanata. Only using these jihadis and these Wahhabis to go and do the dirty work, but we will be in the back. I want to ask you, last time your Republican Guard told us that we are going, America is afraid. What is happening? Now, why are you backing out today? This is another thing I wanted to highlight. So after that, sir, we want to move to the third part of it. Is this music festival video? The music festival video, sir, session by before that. This is an interesting video which you will love. इसको चलाएंगे.
𝗤𝙬𝙖. נותנים לביצוע 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5,
This is a very beautiful video. Why did I want to bring it up? IDF went with music systems, went with speakers in the center of Gaza. Not कि Gaza में पैर को हम दे कर लेंगे, हम ये कर लेंगे. They are in the center of Gaza. They are playing this, and when they are playing the music, somebody is saying two rockets go down. Somebody is saying 1, a cannon fire. Somebody is saying 3. The 3 missiles come and hit. So Israelis are responding exactly to the music party in desert. Now this is the music concert of Gaza. These Hamas terrorists came and they slaughtered 250 bachas, kids. I will call them youth or kids, whatever you want to call them. They were hardly 18, 19. They slaughtered them in cold blood. I can't show that video, it's still with me. I mean, it's a horrible video where they have slaughtered these and they were taking pride. They were calling their mothers. Mother, I killed 5. I killed 6. Papa, give the phone to Mama. Tell her that I killed 9. I killed 9 Jews. That is what has happened. There are even clippings and recordings of that. Now, they're calling their homes and saying, I have killed so many Jews. I have raped so many women. I mean, there was even bravado in that. Now, you see, Israel, why I like Israel is the way they respond. They went, these soldiers were using those, DJ, what do you call those, mixers and whatever, bass equipment with the speakers. And with the music, they are destroying Gaza. With the tones, with the dance, they are destroying Gaza and sending a message. You did this at our desert festival. This is what we do to a Gaza concert. They call it a Gaza concert. We are doing a concert in the middle of Gaza. And agar tumhari auqat hai, if you are worth your salt, come and go and attack us. Now I want to ask the question, where are the jihadis hiding? Where are the tunnel jihadis hiding? What is Hezbollah doing? What is Al-Salali doing? Al-Walali, jitne bhi hai, what the hell are they doing? This is how only power can ensure peace, sir. This is what we should learn from Israel. Tit for tat, paying them in the same coin. Only power can ensure peace. Now today, there are 57 Islamic countries. Everybody is hiding. I showed you the video. Israel is doing it in the Gaza. Israel told yesterday, we control 60% of the Gaza. Israel declared yesterday, you have lost control of the Gaza. Hamas has lost control of the Gaza. And this head of Hamas, who is called the Butcher of Khan Yunis, the guy which we showed in one of our videos, is hiding in a 60-feet tunnel below. Tunnel rack. So this is the reality of Israel. This is how Israel pays back. This is how Israel is going to do a concert on the grounds of Gaza. And this is how music festival is paid back with compound interest and in kinds and the language which you understand. This is what I appreciate Israel for, and this is what our viewers should know about Israel. And sir, that time has gone, she said, we cannot be politically. We can't say, nee, this is their problem, this is that problem. I've been always telling you, 80% of the people of Gaza are radicalized, 20 might not be. I'm not saying 100%, but 80% are radicalized. They are with Hamas, they support Hamas. Now, once we go to the next part of our presentation, we'll cover that aspect. Now, some people may say this is inhuman, they should have not done it, Israel should have behaved more swiftly. No. With savages, there is nothing called liberty. No, you have to handle a savage with a savage, you have to handle a gentleman like a gentleman, and you have to handle a madman like a madman, and you have to handle a jihadi like a jihadi, and communist like a communist. I read somewhere,
I just need to add one little thing. Viewers, in Al-Shifa Hospital, not only the Israelis, but the United States also has confirmed that Hamas control center is underneath that hospital. I don't want you to think that, we're just showing one side of the story. What has happened is just disturbing. And sometimes you have to hit back in the same way that other person will understand. The critical point that has been reached is once United States is convinced that Hamas control center is right below that Al-Shifa hospital, and now they are going to children wards, they see ammunition and arms. Go to an MRI center, same thing. Every place they are opening, they are finding hoards and caches of arms. So clearly the plan seems to be hide in the tunnels below, whenever you have to do action, come outside, grab these things, go and do it, go back and hide. This seems to be the way it is going on. And we have to understand how this modus operandi has been of the Hamas. And there are other horrible things that will be shown, but I think because they are going to take it out on the poor hostages that they are still holding. But the thing is, the war is now turning definitely in one direction. Clearly, Iran is not wanting any part of it. And I think US also is making sure that China doesn't do anything. I think this was an insult of epic proportions, because yesterday I've done 2 shows already. This is the 3rd show on Xi Jinping Biden visit. I just wanted to summarize for those who may have not seen it, Sumitji. So what has been happening is, in my discussion with 𝗤𝙁 Chakrabarti, who lives in the Washington DC area, he said that it was US which was asking for this meeting. To Biden they were saying, oh, US is really desperate. They want China to come and visit. So the thing is, you bring in Achhi Mehman Nawazi Karli, everything, and then things are becoming really nasty and ugly. See, the thing about the APEC summit is still going on in San Francisco, hardly 40-50 miles from where I live. And see, now, if he leaves now, it will be a loss of face. He has to endure this. So either this thing is going on, udhar side uski band baj rahi hai. It's a very interesting situation as far as America is concerned. So back to you. I will not interrupt you again. I just wanted to summarize this.
Perfectly fine, sir. I mean, thanks for all the inputs you have brought in. Sir, yahan pe one important thing what I want to mention is, we know that Al-Shifa Hospital, first Israel did a cleanup. There were a lot of hutments and all. There were some casualties there. Unfortunately, Israel has also lost some men. And one of the persons whom we know is lost was a crew member of 𝗣𝗬𝗏 series. He was not actor, he was a crew member. He is lost. And the guy who is in 𝗣𝗬𝗏 is that, what is his name?
Oh, you mean
𝗤𝙗𝗍. No, 𝗍𝗏𝗏 is there and 𝗤𝗏𝗏, the another guy. And 𝗤𝗏𝗏 is shown, he's part of the he's a part of the commando unit, which his job is to disguise and infiltrate the camp. What they show him doing in 𝗣𝗬𝗏 is exactly what he is doing on the ground. 𝗤𝗏𝗏, the guy with the beard. So I want to make sure people know. Now, when they cleared, they started releasing videos. Hi, maar dala, Israelis have come, Israelis. Now, they've been always saying Al-Shifa Hospital is a hospital, kids, children. There was one video which came up yesterday wherein one reporter of Al-Jazeera is talking to an elderly person in Al-Shifa Hospital. What does the person say? He says, why don't these dogs of Hamas leave us here? Immediately, Al-Jazeera reporter cuts him in and moves on. Because that talks about the propaganda of Qatar and Al-Jazeera. And even by this blockade of Middle East, Americans are also sending a message to Qatar. Bhai, awqat mein. I mean, be what you are. Don't try to hit bigger than your size. Now, what has happened when Israelis, surrounded Al-Shifa Hospital yesterday? When they started entering today, sir, they got tanks, they got these armed cars, and they got people and all that. You know what is the most surprising thing, sir? When they started reaching the periphery, RPGs, Kalashnikovs, hand grenades, they started coming on Israelis. Now, if it is a hospital, I want to ask. So, do you tell me somebody in ICU is using an RPG, doctor is using a Kalashnikov, and the sisters are using hand grenades and throwing down these Jews? Where did this ammunition come? Now, the question is, Israel has been talking about getting resistance while entering Al-Shifa Hospital. My question is, if Al-Shifa is a hospital, who is giving the resistance? Doctors, ICU patients, kids, women, old, diseased? Who or the pantry staff of Al-Shifa Hospital was RPGs and was Kalashnikovs, and who is fighting at IDF? Who is trying to stop IDF from entering Al-Shifa if there is nothing inside Al-Shifa? The first point when they got contact, when they got resisted, that itself tells there is something wrong in Al-Shifa. Al-Shifa is not a hospital. It is only a facade. It's only a cover-up. Now, I will request Sachin Bhai to show the Al-Shifa wala picture. Now, here, what is important, Sri sir? They have not yet gone into the bunkers of Hamas. When even they enter the hospital, sir, ye dekhiye. Sachin Bhai, thoda bada kar dijiye. When they enter this is Al-Shifa Hospital, yet bunker is below it. They have not gone bit. You can see bloodproof vest, you can see ammunition, you can see grenades, you can see cash, you can see ammunition. What is ammunition and these bloodproof vests and this all doing and all this doing in Al-Shifa Hospital? Now IDF has shown you. I mean, the Americans are convinced that below it is a Hamas bunker. Now the entry to bunker of Hamas will be deadly. There might be some casualties and all, which we know. But does the world still need a proof that this is what Hamas is doing? Does world still need to show what Hamas is up to? Does world still need to be told that Hamas is a terrorist organization? Now, will the people of 𝗤𝚗 who were in that meeting in Saudi Arabia 2 days back, will they answer this? What is happening here? Can some of you answer what is happening here? What is arms and ammunition doing in a hospital? And yet they are not gone to the bunker. What is arms and ammunition doing in a hospital? What is torture equipment doing in a hospital? Who was firing inside the hospital to stop IDF? These are the questions which expose the hypocrisy of the 𝗤𝚗 and the Islamic world as such. These are the things which say what Israel has been saying. And this also proves one point, sir. You can only tackle this kind of Islamic jihad by force. There is no other way to tackle it. If Israel wants to try diplomacy, they will have another attack, another attack, another attack. It's what I was reading somewhere. This butcher of Khan Yunis, you know what did he convince Israel for the last 2 years? He wants Gaza to become Singapore. He wants Gaza to become Dubai. He wants to develop the port. He wants to make Gaza as a traveling hub. And some in Israel bought that BS. And he's the same guy who was sentenced to death. I showed you the picture last time. He was sentenced to death. Then he develops a brain tumor. Israel, being a democracy, gets him operated. Says, now Israel has saved your life. Would you work for the Israelis? He says, no. He says, one day I will leave the prison. He says, that day will never come. But in that one soldier exchange wherein 1,000 Palestinians were released, he was released. He was one of them. Israel thought he is old, he is weak, his mandate is no. When he back to Hamas, he joined the Hamas, and now he is the leader of the ground in Hamas. He's the person who orchestrated October 7 attack. Now, this is what is the limitation of democracy.
This is 1999. What happened in India, right? When we gave up those 2 terrorists, and they went back and did 2008 on India again.
Correct. Sir, this is what exactly happened. Now, this is the man who has orchestrated all this, and he is hiding in a tunnel right now. Now, this exposes the hypocrisy. You can be democracies, you can have all the liberty on planet Earth, but you are handling jihadis. For him, even if he doubts somebody, this butcher of Khan Yunis, Al-Habir is now, if he even doubts somebody, he puts a bullet in his head. He has beheaded one of his own persons when he thought he was an informant. When you are handling such kind of people, sorry, no liberty, no human rights, no fraternity, no AS, BS, TS, MS, nothing doesn't work. You have to handle jihad with the force and eliminate all these jihadis, and that is what Israel is rightfully doing. And Israel has a right and an entitlement to do that because it has a right to survive. It has a right to defend its people. Now, will these Islamic countries talk?
One question I have, Sumitji. Their top leadership is sitting in Qatar, right? Now, Gaza doesn't have communication. So how is the top leadership directing the troops in bunkers? Do you have any idea?
What happened in 2017 or 19, I can't remember the year correctly. This butcher of Khan Yunis, he has taken over the ground command in Gaza. Ismail Haniyeh went at that point of time to Qatar. Now, he is the man who is responsible for everything to move on in Gaza. But with satellite phones today, you can still communicate. You cannot block any and every satellite phone. There are so many. And with Thuraya DSL, Thuraya and some other phones, which are very easily available in Middle East, you can communicate with anybody. So Ismail Haniyeh only needs to communicate with this man, and this man further communicates with all the garden. This is the reality. And Chinese people are inside the tunnels. We have exposed that on Sunday. Now everybody, instantly, Sree sir, after that video, everybody has started talking Chinese people are in the tunnel. So anyway, not a problem. It's good that, the voice is getting amplified. Now, this is the hypocrisy. This is the kind of enemies. This is what the concept of jihad is. Who was firing bullets at IDF? Who was using RPGs? Who was using hand grenades in Al-Shifa Hospital on IDF? Can anybody from the Islamic world come and answer this? Can Barack Hussein Obama answer this? Well, as for Obama, you're supposed to do nothing because his child will come and he will become a terrorist and he will come and attack you. So what should we do, Hussein?
एक सांप है जो आपको भी अटैक करती है. इसका एक मिसाल मैं देता हूँ. This and I'll give you an example. Guys, I'm sorry to lapse into Hindi. See, we talked about that famous statement of Hillary Clinton. You can't grow snakes in your backyard and not expect them to bite you. You know what happened yesterday? In the Democratic headquarters was stormed by these pro-Hamas supporters. I'm not going to call them pro-Palestine. This is bullshit. They want you to think it is a pro-Palestine rally. It is not. by doing this now, you are essentially supporting, you are actually endorsing what Hamas did to Israel. That is not acceptable, period. What they have done yesterday is they went and attacked the Democratic Party office in DC. And many of the congressmen and women and senators who are pleading their case in Congress and Senate, they had to be escorted out. It is just becoming a nonsense. Day before yesterday, or one day before that, New York Times office was, ransacked by these people. They attacked. They started throwing stones at the New York Times office. I mean, this is what you have grown. This is a monster that has become now. They feel that they can do whatever they want. Nobody is going to do anything. In fact, I will not be surprised if Trump comes back to power in a thumping majority because of two things: unbridled immigration, illegal immigration. And second thing is, he has said yesterday, I think, he said, anybody who's on a student visa and who has been seen in any of these protests, they will be immediately deported. So this is a problem because students don't understand. Their parents are the ones paying their fees. Okay, so their parents need to understand. I've been saying this again and again. I am with the parents. They are giving their blood for their children so that their children's future is better. They send them to these pricey schools. They need to understand what is going on there. Please understand that. They're very, very big consequences. Now I'm thinking that the more this thing drags on, I think Republicans will come back. Of course, there's always this outside chance that some other thing will happen and Trump will not even be allowed to contest. That is a possibility. But point I think I'm trying to make is, if you grow snakes in your backyard, they will bite you. That the Democratic Party itself is seeing now. Over to you, sir.
Even Canada is seeing, sir, and even there was there's one or two more things I want to bring to the table. One is, I have seen when this Al-Shifa Hospital pictures come out, not even one Islamic country has come and supported Israel. Not even one Islamic country has come and condemned Hamas. So how long can we as Hindus and Christians be political ostriches? I'm raising this question from all the forums. How long can we be political ostriches? How long can we, just be politically correct? These are, sometimes you have to call spade a spade. What happened today in UK, for example? Today Rishi Sunak was talking about, I will send these illegals to Rwanda. Now the left-leaning Supreme Court of UK steps in and says, no, as per the constitutional provisions, you cannot send anybody to Rwanda. Now Rishi Sunak says, we'll bring special amendments and all, and we will keep aside what the Supreme Court has said, but we will send them to the Rwanda at the right point of time. You see how big is the ecosystem, how deep the cabal is infiltrated, how much, because why it has infiltrated? Because we refuse to call spade a spade. We refuse to acknowledge the truth. We want to be politically correct. We want to have political myopia and selective amnesia. We choose to have those myopias and amnesias in some case, and that is what the world is paying a price of. Now today, these Houthis were saying will attack Israeli cargo ships, not military cargo. Now, what is my guarantee? Tomorrow they will say, I will attack India. I'll attack British. I'll attack French. They are jihadis. They can attack anything. So what is the guarantee you tell me? It will start with Jews. Well, will it end with Jews? No. Then it will go to Christians and it will go to every country. And what are we talking about these, United Nations, OIC and all these, and, I2U and all? Do they really work? To my opinion, they are not really working. So the world is getting divided on the lines. And clash of civilizations is imminent. It's only a matter of time will it happen, controlled or uncontrolled. Red Jihad is a reality. I have sent Sachin by 2 pictures in the end. If you can show that, that will really add some perspective.
I think we need to wind down, so at least we can take 1 or 2 questions for our viewers.
ये है Xi Jinping. Reality. All the jihadi, सब अंदर है, सब यहाँ पे है. Next one, Sachin bhai. This is reality of China. Chinese money, Trojan horse. Get in the Chinese money and good luck to you. These 2 pictures sum China so beautifully. This is the reality of the world. Can world call spade a spade and have a chance to survive? That is what we want to say. So with that, I would like to rest my thoughts, and we have 10 minutes for questions because the topic is bigger. Sorry, but
not only that, we are coming back with a special segment on, of course, our weekly segment on Pakistan in about half an hour's time, 40 minutes, give or take. So we just need to make sure that we have a breather for our viewers to go get chips, samosas, cookies, whatever else, Kool-Aid. Let's go to questions, please. Karthik Vishwanathan wants to know, why is US hobnobbing with China given that the latter is at its lowest point today, and that too when China's role in Hamas-Israel conflict is out in the open? I started out by saying, Karthik, that this is strategic ambiguity. Make them think that they are the end of they are the alpha and the omega, and then see what happens. Over to you, Sumit. Aap kuch add karenge.
By the car incident, by the iPhone, by the dictator, we showed you those videos. So we covered that, what we were saying, we trust each other. So what Sree sir rightly said, this even question could have been implanted. So when she is on the American soil, this is what the American president has to say. Is there a bigger diplomatic snub than this? Can you be insulted more than this? That is the question you should ask. It's not who invited whom for tea and coffee, but what did you get at the end of the day? All this. And is it worth for Xi Jinping to get it? No.
Thank you, Jyotishwati ji. I think that's all we have for now. And viewers, we will be back again in about 30 minutes time as we go through some other topic about Pakistan. A lot of things happening there. Clearly, these people are running scared right now. Every day, 𝗣𝗚𝘅, somebody or the other is reaching his destination, or I should say, there are no hers, unfortunately. Anyway, so this is where things stand now. And so, jate, you wanted to say something, Sumit?
Yeah. Sir, jate, I want to say namaskar, pranam, jai hind, Bharat Mata ki jai. Har, 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 Mahadev.